Hey, what's going on, dudes? Welcome back to Hypermine MODSAUCE. Today we are hanging out on the Hypermine server, getting some stuff all set up, and actually playing some catch-up. So I spent about the last 4 or 5 hours last night getting some things all reorganized and resituated to where things are looking good now, man. Things are looking bright. So this is what I spent a majority of the time on last night, is getting our storage units all set up and going. So these are deep storage cells, if you've never seen these before, deep storage units, I guess. Which is how I was doing a lot of the stuff, storing a lot of the mob drops over here from the mob farm. I guess this is what this is called, right? Mob farm? Man, it's been a while. I don't remember if I named it anything. But yeah, so we've got all of our stuff in here, so you can see all the mob drops go right here. A lot of these are still empty, and eventually we'll probably try to find something to put in those, but for the most part I think they're all just going to be kind of for show, and I may end up disconnecting these at some point or another. I'm not real sure if these count as like tile entities, though I'm sure they probably do, because everything in modded Minecraft is a tile entity, apparently. And I don't know, like, it would be nice to have stuff in all of these, and I'm just kind of estimating that we're probably going to be using at least a few more of these, because there's all kinds of stuff in modded Minecraft. So I mean, you can see all the different types of ingots here. A lot of these I probably don't need. These are just ones that I had. So we got like cobalt ingots and ardite ingots. Not real sure if we're even going to be using those here. So I may end up taking those out and replacing them with something else. So this is just kind of like, I took all of our ores and smelted them all down and grinded them all up and got the dust in the ingot forms and just made a deep storage unit for it. So it's kind of preemptive, I guess, so we may end up using some of them, we may not, I don't know, it just kind of depends on how things go. So, but this is all set up and working, it's all connected up with our ME system, so we can see in here, you know, you can see we got a ton of all kinds of stuff, really. And it's kind of nice to have it all in one spot, and now we've got this room up here with all our storage units. That way it's kind of out of the way, we don't have to really worry about it. I kind of forget how I had things set up here before. I believe it was similar to this, but it was just like one side or something. But yeah, so this is the thing. I got that done, which was kind of nice. And let's see, what else did I get over here done? I started working on this guy over here. So this in here, there it is, personal shrinking device. So this is part of the compact machines, man. This is a pretty gnarly mod. So we come in here. I've got our, I need to turn my magnet off, really. Oh, it was off. Now it's on. Now it's off. But yeah, so I got our automatic crystal maker thing. I think Wooly calls it his Super Mega Puddle 9000 anti-magnet thing. But yeah, so I got this all hooked up with our AE system. So now we can make crystals, or like the Fluix crystals and different things like that. So if we come in here, let's look up craftable items, and let's make some Fluix crystals. We'll just make 10 for now. Start, and it's going to start dropping everything in here. It sends everything into this interface here, which shoots it up into this hopper. It goes into this open crate from Botania, and oh, I picked some stuff up. Can we drop this, please? Q, there we go. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Armitage came over, and my setup was a little bit bigger. I was kind of going more for like Wooly's setup, and apparently that's a little outdated or something like that. I'm not real sure. We got the open crate thing here, which is kind of nice. We don't have to use the what's it called, like the formation planes or something like that from Applied Energistics 2. We got this, and this is kind of a lot easier. And then below here we have a transfer node with some of the item transfer pipe and the world interaction upgrade. So that's pretty cool, man. We got this all set up. We don't really have to worry about making crystals anymore by hand, because I was having to do a lot of that, and it was really annoying. So now that that's automated and up and going, it is much better, much nicer. I enjoy it. But today we are going to be working with Mekanism, man, trying to get some Mekanism stuff all set up and going, because during the update we actually lost, not really lost, I guess the mining world got updated, right? And my main power source was inside the mining world, so I lost all my windmills. So I don't know if you guys really saw before or not, but if we come in here and we fly straight up, I have a wind farm set up in the sky of the mining world. It's right here by my portal now, which is kind of nice. Before it was kind of set up far away. But if we come up here, before I had a whole chunk of windmills up here, as much as you could fit in one chunk, I believe was the setup that I had. But Yeah, so I've got a little less than half of that now. So this is all the power that I'm ginning right now, besides our big reactor and stuff that we have in the basement of the Halo. But I would like to get this all finished up, and in order to do that, I would like to set up the mechanism, all like the mechanism basic machines and stuff like that. I would like to set it all up with applied energistics. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Some of the basic machines, and then trying to think of what else there is with mechanism that we can use. I would like to get the ore multiplication set up. I would like to do the 3 times ore processing. There's not really any need for the 4 times or the 5 times ore processing, or however high it goes, because we are using the replicators over here in the mob grinder, and we don't really have to worry about getting iron, copper, or gold. So that'd be kind of nice, just to be able to triplicate some of the other ores and stuff like that that we don't have from the replicators. So let's see, which ones are there? You can see the ones from the replicators are down here on the bottom. So we got, what is that, gold dust, copper dust, iron dust, and then glowstone dust we get from the replicators as well. So we have a ton of these resources here, so we don't really have to worry about that. But things like osmium, like tin and silver, and what is this one? That was silver. What is this one? Mana infused metal. I don't even know what that's used for, but we got it. Shiny metal, different things like that. I think it would be kind of cool to have the 3 times ore processing going on. So Mechanism is a mod that I know pretty much nothing about, and I think it would be kind of interesting to explore that mod just a little bit and try to get it all set up with our AE system, so it's automated, it's easy to use, and we can just push the button and get things out of it. So it's gonna be sweet. I'm gonna collect my stuff up here and get ready to set this all up and figure out where I'm gonna do it, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so this is a black hole of a mod for sure. This thing is kind of almost needlessly complicated, and I don't know, it's interesting, but it just seems like there's, I don't know, maybe there's other stuff that you can do with it, but I mean, for like this basic processing and stuff like that, there seems like there's too much to do. You have to do too much to get this to work correctly, and maybe that's just me kind of whining because I'm not completely savvy with this mod yet, but I don't know, Mechanism is kind of, it's just a strange mod, man. There's a lot of stuff that goes into trying to make little things. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really cool mod, but it's just kind of strange at its core. So, let me show you what I've done. I actually played with this off camera. I actually had to talk to Slipgator a little bit. He helped me out trying to figure out the inputs and the configuration settings and everything like that for each of these machines. And big thanks to him. I appreciate it, because now I have a pretty basic understanding of how everything works, and from there we can kind of just tinker around with everything until we get it to work correctly. So, okay, now first off, I had to explain that AE is kind of strange. Now, we encountered this problem before with the power situation. So basically, if we're going to run a P2P tunnel through or at the end of a dense cable like this, so this is how we get our 32 channels upstairs, and it doesn't look the best, but this is what I got going on. So we got a dense cable coming up here, and then from here we have a P2P tunnel. Now, the P2P tunnel will carry its signal through this glass cable, but it will not carry power. So in order to carry power through it, we actually have to connect this glass quartz fiber cable to some glass cable, which connects back into this line here, and that'll carry it all the way up here. And then we have to do the same thing up here. So we have to run the power from the glass cable back into the dense cable, which is connected to this P2P tunnel, which reconnects the 32 channels up here so that we can use them. Right. So we got that all said and done. Now, the way I originally had this all set up before is I had this glass, the quartz fiber cable. I keep wanting to call this glass cable because I'm used to the IC2 glass cable from way back in the day. But I had it set up down here. So this loop-de-loop thing was on the bottom, and then I had this import bus on the back of this machine, which was connecting to the glass cable, but I guess it wasn't registering where this connects as glass cable. And it was actually this quartz fiber cable, so it wasn't carrying the signal back to the system. So things were getting stuck in this enrichment chamber, and they weren't getting, spit back into the AE2 system. So I had to kind of change it up, and it looks kind of derpy now, but it's working. So for the most part, there's probably still a few kinks in here that I got to figure out, but yeah. So the first things first, with each of these machines, they each take different types of elements. So we got like redstone. In this one we got carbon, which is like coal and stuff in this one. We got the diamond and obsidian in this one. So with that being said, in order to get the best out of these machines, or the most out of these machines, we have to make these compressed diamond, compressed obsidian, compressed redstone, and compressed carbon. Now we get that from the enrichment chamber. So we could throw a piece of redstone in here and get a piece of compressed redstone, and that basically turns one redstone into 10 pieces of redstone. And that way you can just kind of get more bang for your buck, right? First thing done. Now we got that, it makes it and spits it back in the system, and then we use the AE system, the export buses, to spit these items into the designated metallurgic infuser, right? So now we have each one of these, and it's going to be automatically spit in here. So if we have any of this what is it, compressed obsidian, it's going to spit it automatically into here, and then once this internal buffer fills up right here, you'd start to see it stack up in here, kind of like it does with the compressed carbon here, right? Now on the sides of these we have the ME interfaces, and this is basically where we put our recipes that we want the metallurgic infuser to make. So we tell the ME system to send certain items in here. So basically with this one we just need to send 1 enriched iron, and that'll give us a 1 piece of steel dust, and then we send 1 iron ingot to get 1 enriched iron, if that makes sense. So if we come down here, you can see if we go into our terminal here, let's go to craftable items. We've got, where is it? We got this one right here. Let's make some enriched iron. Let's make 100 pieces of those, because I know I'm going to be using a lot of that stuff. We might as well just go ahead and start stocking up on it. So if we come over here, basically you can see it spit the iron into this whole thing. So that came from the ME interface, and it's spitting it in here. It's making the enriched iron, and then from here it's being spit back into the system on the backside with this export bus. Now a lot of you guys probably know this already, but I am still in the process of kind of learning to understand AE2 completely, because it's kind of tricky, and it seems like, is this pulling out? It should be pulling out into the system, but it seems like it's not. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. What's going on here? Alright, so we got this auto eject on. Backside is blue. Maybe it's just not pulling out fast enough that it's making a difference. Device online. Okay, so it should be pulling out, but it is not. Why are you doing that? Yeah, see, this is where it gets kind of confusing, is because like I have these strange little hiccups where I think everything is all set up correctly, right? Okay, so let's look at this. We got purple, red, and blue. So this is the top input, this is the left side input, and this is the back side output, which it should be spitting all these back out into project on and off. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand why this is not doing its thing. Because it should be spitting it back out into the system. What is going on here? Now we can't put those back in there. We can go ahead and spit these back in there, and that'll count as part of the 100 that we set up to craft. But this should be pulling out, and I don't understand why it's not. Device online. Right? Okay, so I guess the better question is it going to do the same thing over here? Alright, so let's find something we can make in here. Looking for redstone. There it is. So we'll send some iron in here to try to make some enriched alloy. Now, do I have a pattern set up for this? I do. Okay. So if we send some iron to that one, make enriched alloy. Let's go ahead and make like 10 of these. That'll work. Let's head back up here. Now I'm probably doing something stupid. Okay, yeah, see, this one is pulling out. Now why is this one pulling out but this one is not? That's so weird to me, man. I do not get it. what does that say? Strict input auto eject off. So if I turn this off, it's going to start pulling that out because this one is set to off. I don't get it, man. This should be spitting everything out. Right, so this is the top, this is the front, left, right, bottom, and back. This is so bizarre, man. This is what's taking me so long. So I set this all up, and I think that I've got it all set up right, and then I try to process the item in here, and then I get this weird problem. What the heck? Dark blue. Let's just shut this off. Alright, so this is the back, which needs to be dark blue. Okay, so now it's going. I just had to like reset it. Is that what's happened? But it stopped again. What is going on? Okay, see, another problem I had too was with my AE system. It was flashing on and off, and is it doing that again? I don't think it is, because that was the problem I had with this loop-de-loop of power cable going on here. It kept flashing on and off, and it wasn't staying constantly powered. It was driving me crazy, but I don't understand why. Let's turn this off. It's not pulling out. We turn this back on. Okay, so now it's pulling stuff out. Now let's just watch it for a second because it's probably going to stop. Like it just did. Why? Why? What is going on here? This is so weird to me. Okay, let's try one other thing. I need to make a bunch of these acceleration cards. If I come back in here, we'll change this to that card. Let's just grab these. I need to start putting these in all the buses and everything like that. So this is still not pulling out. If we come back here and we put like 2 acceleration cards in this, is it just because the AE system is being slow? No. Now what that leads me to believe is that the ME system is not set up correctly for this, and I think it is. It's not connected to anything else, because I was having a problem too where it was like, I don't know, like if these cables right here were connected to each other, it wasn't recognizing the right input slots and things like that. But I don't understand why this is just stopped like that. It's so bizarre. Alright, well, I'm going to figure this out real quick, and then if I can actually figure it out, I will tell you guys the solution, I guess, if maybe you're having the same problem. Alright, well, I could not tell you what's going on, man. Sometimes it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if maybe it's like a server side thing. Maybe the server is just kind of laggy or something. I don't know. But it is really weird. So if we do enriched, let's just try this one more time, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I don't know. Forget it all. Okay, so we got those crafted. Now we come up here. Now it should be spinning those in here. And it seems to be working now. I put the only difference was I put the acceleration cards in here and then started a fresh batch of everything, and now it seems to be working. Which I don't understand. I don't understand why. Oh well, I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's working. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm not going to poke and prod it too much because otherwise it will stop, and that's not what we want. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to set up some more, shoot, what are these things called? The encoded patterns for different things that we're going to need from Mekanism. So if we come in here, we're going to go to mod, and then we come down, let's go to Mekanism, shift right click, and where is it? Come on, do your thing. Any day now. Are you really not gonna work for me? This thing is so slow. Like, I don't understand why NEI has not fixed this yet. I don't know if it drives me crazy. Okay, so let's just do this. We're gonna do basic factory. There we go. Now it's working. So if we look at this, what are we gonna need for this? We need the steel casing, which we're gonna need some steel ingots for, and I guess we actually need to do. Do I have any steel available? I don't. I've got electrical steel and I've got dark steel. So let's take some of this. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna run to these smelteries over here, which I think I'm gonna have some more smelteries and kind of like some bulk automation stuff going on upstairs eventually. So let's put one of these in here, and we will just click that out of there, and then we'll make a pattern saying that one steel dust makes one steel ingot. We'll craft that, and actually we'll make two of these. So we put one in this smeltery, and then one up here. Right, like that. That should work. So now we can come over here and steel. Whoops. There it is. Alright, so now we should be able to, let's just go ahead and make 100 of this. It says to craft pulverized powder. That's to get the, no, did I make the wrong one? Oh, that's electrical steel. Let's do this. Steel ingot. This is the one we want, right? I believe so. Yeah, to craft. Okay, 31 steel dust. And that's going to craft us 100 steel ingots. So we did that, and now this is cooking up. Should be. Everything is doing good. Now if we run back upstairs, we should be able to see this thing doing its thing. Making steel dust. It's all working. Cool. So yeah, this is it's getting kind of complicated now that we have to kind of tie all the recipes together. So let's go ahead and make some basic factories. Let's make some steel casings, which are like that with osmium. We're gonna make like 10 of these for right now, if we can. It should be cool. Alright, we'll just work with our 6 for now anyways. So basic factory, we need, which one do we want? We want, I forget which one it was. Was it the enrichment chamber? I think so. Let's grab some ore. Where's my ores? Here they are. Let's grab, where? No, I was wrong. Oh, I can't find anything. Let's look up ore. There we go. Let's grab a stack of iron ore. We're going to come up here. If we look in this enrichment chamber here, if we put that in there, that should give us 2 dust. Yeah. Alright, so that's how we double our ore. Let's make 2 enrichment chambers. Or the factory. Okay, it worked. Where is it? Look back at the basic. Alright. Enriching. Okay, this is what we want. So we need 2 enrichment chambers. Alright, so that's just some redstone and other things like that. Alright, so we'll take that. We'll put that in there. Basic factory. Enrichment chamber. Did I already have one? I guess maybe I did basic factory here. Oh, okay. Now it's going to pull everything out. So we only needed 2 for right now. We'll see what that looks like. We are going to put these guys... I'm going to do it similarly to what we got on this side, and then later I'm going to come over with facades and everything like that, cover up these cables, and make it look rather nice. But for now, we're going to go with this. So we do, what was it? 1, 2, I don't know, 6 or so. These cables are so tiny. Alright, so that should be good, and we should have power here now. So we're going to do this, and that should be getting power, right? All charged up. And this one's got 0 power in it, so let's try this one again. Oh, that just charges up instantly. That's kind of nice. Right, so now we should be able to put, let's take half of this, we'll put it in there, and then auto sort, it's going to split everything up. And let's take some speed upgrades, we'll throw those in there and let it do its thing, and it should speed it up rather quickly. And from here we can make an energized smelter, and I think I'm going to turn these into elite factories, not really because we need to, but just because I think it would be cool. And then we can actually get this stuff all automated up with AE and get this all stuff, like spit this into the smelter, and then it'll spit it back into the system, so we can just do it from our ME terminals. Okay, so give me, no, actually hold on, let's do the injected, combining, compressing, crushing, enriching, smelting. This is the one we want, energized smelter. Make this one energized smelter, and we'll make the basic factory with this guy. That'll give us that, and then that will give us that. Okay, cool. So let's try to see if we can get this set up. So we do that like that, and then we do this one like so. I want to see if we can get this all working and automated first before I make the elite factories, because it seems kind of pointless to me to do it that way. Okay, so let's take a look at our colors here. So we got our input, which is red. Not real sure what this purple is. I guess that's for more if we were doing like the chemical injection stuff. It'd be kind of like that. But since we're just doing the enriching, we don't need it. We just need power. So we will set this one up for the input to be on the left, right, and then the output would be the back, which would be dark blue, right. And so this one, the input would be on the top, and then oops, the output would be on the right, I believe. So now we could take this stack, actually real quick, let's go ahead and throw this other stack of speed upgrades in here, like so. We'll let those all process in, and this should be like an almost instantaneous thing, which I think is pretty awesome. These are actually, it's much faster than the thermal expansion stuff that I have right now. I know that we can upgrade the thermal expansion to like the resonant machines and put the speed upgrades and stuff in them, and they move much faster. But I think the fact that if we make these into elite factories, we got like I think 6 slots that will distribute out like a whole stack into like stacks of 10, and then it goes really fast, and I don't know what's better. If you guys know. Alright, so that should spit everything out in there, right? And it looks like it's just stacking up. It's not coming in here. Oh, we need to turn, whoops, we need to turn the auto eject on. Right, that's gonna start spitting everything in here. Auto sort. Sweet. Okay, so now we actually have the ability to tie this into our ME system. So I'm gonna gather a couple of things, and we're gonna try to work on getting this where it spits everything back into the system. Okay, so I'm gonna try to set this up on camera. That way, you guys can kind of get a basic understanding of this stuff as well. We're gonna try to just copy what we have over here, and we're gonna try something that I haven't tried before. So I'm not real sure if we can carry other P2P tunnels on the same one. So in this case, we would have 3 P2P tunnels going to the same piece of dense fiber cable, or dense cable. Now I'm not sure if that's gonna work, to be honest, but we will find out. So if we take this, and what we need to do is put this here, right? There we go. And then we'll run this across to here like that, and then we'll do 3 more pieces on this side. Alright, like so. Now we're going to take this P2P tunnel, we are going to put this here, and then we will take our memory card, which you need to set up the P2P tunnel, and it's set up to those ones over there. So we do that, successfully loaded settings, 0 of 32 channels there. So now the next question is, if we take our interfaces. Let's do half of those like that. Now I guess on the factories, we would want the interface to be on the top. So if we do that, it's going to say 1 of 32 channels. Right, so now if we go downstairs, we got 14 channels in this one over here. So you can see it says 14 of 32 channels. So if we go down here, it should say 15 now, I believe. Okay, so it does work. 15 of 32 channels. Rock on. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I did not know it would do that. And now we need our export buses or import buses to be. Do I have any bus? Export, import bus. We got a few. I think that should be plenty. Right. Now, I guess the real question is, if we do this, we put our like that. If we put that like that. Okay, and so now what we're going to do, let's go downstairs. We'll come over here into our interface terminal. And now I know I've got a couple of different ones set up for the pulverizers down on the first floor. Now if we take these, where did they go? Let's see. Pulverizer, here we go. We'll take the ones for the osmium, and then we'll take the one for the tin. We'll just go ahead and take this out and put it in there. We don't need that one for right now. So if we take this encoded pattern and we put it in here for the osmium dust, and then we'll do the same thing on this side real quick. Let's set up an interface here. I guess real quick too, we need to do the power tingamajig, right? How did I do that before? Okay, so we got the quartz fiber. I can't talk. Quartz fiber here. Then we got the glass cable going like this. And that should send power to everything. I believe. Right, okay, so we're going to throw that on there. And then we're going to throw the export bus, or the import bus, on this side, and then throw this cable on here like so. Now let's see, make sure we've got this all set up correctly. Okay, so we want the input to be on the top, right? And then we need the output, which is blue, to be on the right side. Right, and then let's do the auto sort for each of these. Now let's do the configuration on this. So the input would be on the left hand side, and the output would be on the right hand side. Now we also need to do the auto eject. I'm going to assume that we do the auto eject on these, but to be honest, I'm not real sure, because with the metallurgic infusers over there, that seemed to be giving us some problems, so not real sure what that was all about. And now everything is powered. It's connected up. Now what is going on here? Oh, did we not set that one up? Let's do this, and that should spit all those back into our system, right? Hello. You gonna be a thing? So it says 4 of 32 channels, so I don't know what's going on. I'll throw a couple of acceleration cards in there. Now if we change this back to blue, is it going to be doing this derpy thing again? Auto eject on, auto eject off. It should be sucking the items out of here, I believe.
This got auto eject is on, which should throw them out the right hand side, which we have set to blue. Okay, so this has got me kind of confused again. Let's take our patterns here. We'll put this one for osmium, which we already have in there, and we'll set this one up for 10. So put that one in there. Let's come downstairs. This is a lot of tinkering around, man. You see what I'm talking about? This mod is kind of, it just seems kind of weird. So 10. Let's do craftable. So we'll do pulverized. Oh. Okay, hold on. This is not going to work. So for this, what we need to do. Alright, let's clear that pattern. So we're not going to need it. We'll come back down in here. So we will say that ore, let's look at osmium ore. Osmium ore. So one ore should give us 2 osmium ingots. Right? So that'll split up into 2 dusts, and then the dust will get spit over into the smelter, and then those dusts will be split up into the ingots. So this is what we need, not what we have in here. So that's just dusts. So we're skipping the whole dusts automation process here. Alright, so now let's just try to get this one working, and then I think we're going to call it quits for today. So osmium ingots. Let's make 30 osmium ingots. Alright, so 15 ore will craft into 30 ingots. Right? So that should be a thing. It's going now. Okay. So now it is working. Oh man, they're already done. Wow, that was fast. Right on. Okay, so let's go take a look. I know I already have a lot of osmium processed. Osmium. Yeah, we got 3,000 osmium. Right on. And now that the cool thing about that too is I can leave the dust pattern into the pulverizers, or leave them in the pulverizers down here. That way, if we ever need the dust for anything, we will actually have dust on hand and a way to craft those, so we're not actually losing the step of making the dust. We'll just have those set up on a separate interface. Rock on. Okay, so now actually let's see what it takes to make one of these elite factories. Elite. No, I really don't think they're necessary. Elite. Is that how you spell elite? Elite. Here it is. Elite factory. So this one is for smelting. Now we need the diamond, or the reinforced alloy, which is sending one of these guys into the diamond ones. Okay, so alloy. Man, this is gonna be kind of a long episode. We got the atomic alloy. Let's take some of these guys. We'll come up here. We're gonna go in here. We'll throw one of those in there. Give us this back. Now we come in here, we do this for that, we'll do this for that. We'll make a pattern, and then now we should be able to stick this into this interface over here and be able to automatically, create these things. So if we come in here, we should have one in our system. Alloy. Right, so if we take this one out, we can actually make these. So let's make 11 plus the one that we have, so that'll make 12. 2 craft, 4 of those. Start. Alright, so it seems like it's working. What else do we need for this elite factory? We need the elite control circuits, which are 2 of those. Okay. And that's just, oh man, this is deep stuff here. Deep stuff. Alright, so we look at this. We need this. That'll make one of those. So if we do that in there, right, let's make, do we not have any of these? We should have some of these. Circuit? No. Circuit? Do we not? I thought we had that one encoded. See, this is where it gets complicated. I have to do all kinds of different crafting and get the recipes all stored and situated. Okay, yeah, see I have, oh, and what is this called again? Basic control circuit. And why is it not showing up that I don't have that craftable? So if we look at basic, if we take all those out, yeah. Alright, so we got those in there. This is boggling my mind, man. That's the advanced one. So that, we do that in alloy. Take 2 of these. Put that there. So that's a thing. Right? So let's make a couple of those. If we go back into this one, get rid of all this stuff. We take our alloys. Where'd they go? Alloy, like so. And let's just make 10 of these. Throw those in there. And then make getting so confused. Like that. Right? Right. Okay, so no. Need this guy. We'll set this up on a pattern as well. So now we got these two. My inventory's getting clogged here. There's so much crap we don't need. Let's throw all this stuff in there for now. Alright, so now we come down here. We can throw these into our atomic assemblers, or whatever these things are called. Molecular assemblers. We'll throw this one there, and we'll throw this one here. Right? So now if we make advanced factory, what's going on? So we need, oh, we gotta make the advanced factory before we can do all this stuff. Okay, so yeah, you guys can see what I got going on here. I have a lot of crafting and recipe input and different things to do like that to get this completely fully automated and stuff, and I'm gonna try to do that off camera before next time. And I think I'm gonna have this stuff looking pretty decent. So like I said, I'm gonna use some facades and stuff to cover all the wiring up, and then make this look kind of pretty and stuff up here. Kind of make this our automated factory level in the Halo, which I think is going to look pretty BA when it's all said and done. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. My brain hurts. I don't think I can take much more before I have to go to work this evening. But I will see you guys back here next time with some more MODSAUCE goodness, I guess. I'm going to put the mod sauce all over your face. Wow, that sounds kind of dirty. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you got some tips and tricks, I know I am going to hear from Armitage in the comments below, which is always helpful because the guy is a genius when it comes to this stuff, and I just some of this stuff I can't wrap my head around, and he just has like some simple fixes and things that make things so much easier. So big thanks to him because he helped me out a lot. Big thanks to Slipgator for helping me figure all the input and interfaces and stuff out on this guy, or the Mekanism machines. And anyways, that's it. So I'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.